Rum is such a varied and crazy wild spirit with so many different variations and even more cocktails that you can make with it. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 amazing rum cocktails that you can make, going from easiest to hard. Like I said, rum is a super varied spirit and there's so many incredible cocktails that you can make with it. But all right, let's get into it. The first cocktail I'm going to be making for you is called Trader Vic's Grog. This is a pretty classic cocktail and it is shaken. So we're gonna grab our little shaker right here. We're going to do 2 ounces of a funky aged Jamaican rum. I am using Appleton Estate. So 2 ounces of our aged Jamaican rum. We're gonna do 1 ounce of lemon juice. We're gonna do 1 ounce of passion fruit. 1 ounce of passion fruit. And then last but not least, we're going to do 1 ounce of pineapple. And so 1 ounce of pineapple. And last but not least, we have 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. So we can do that right there. And we are gonna be serving this drink over crushed ice. So we don't want to fill this up with ice. We're just gonna add a couple of cubes to shake with to incorporate all the flavors. And so let's lock up our tin and we're gonna know we're ready to go once we stop hearing the clicking of the ice. So. All right, and then we pop that open. We're gonna grab a footed Pilsner or tall glass here, pour directly into our glass. Grab our crushed ice. That's probably just gonna grab our spoon here to make sure it all goes down. It's like a nice little slushy. Add a bit more crushed ice to the top, make it nice and pretty. And we're gonna garnish with a mint sprig and a skewered Luxardo cherry right in front of the mint. And there you have a Trader Vic's Grog. Now let's just give this one a little sip. Very, very refreshing, very tropical. The blend of lemon, passion fruit, and pineapple is just an excellent tropical flavor. And the Jamaican funkiness of that rum gives it a beautiful body. Angostura brings all the flavors together. It's a classic tiki cocktail for a reason. Super simple, super delicious. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next cocktail I'm gonna be making for you is called the Almost Famous. It is a shaken cocktail, and it's basically pretty similar to like a Naked and Famous or a Last Word variation. It's a pretty simple cocktail, 4 ingredients, equal parts. So let's jump right into it. The rum we're gonna be using is the Wray & Nephew Overproof Jamaican rum. This is important because it's gonna give this cocktail more of that bite that you would need in it. So 3/4 of an ounce of our overproof white Jamaican rum. 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of Aperol. 3/4 of an ounce of Aperol. And last but not least, 3/4 of an ounce of yellow chartreuse. This stuff is delicious and expensive. So 3/4 of an ounce, very careful. And then we're gonna add ice to this and give it a good shake. We're gonna pop that open and we're going to double strain this into a chilled coupe. Grab our coupe there and double strain it out. Look at that color, it's very lovely. It doesn't necessarily need a garnish, and let's give it a sip. The Almost Famous. Wow, that is spectacular. If you ever had a Naked and Famous, it's pretty similar, except the funkiness of that overproof Jamaican rum really transforms this cocktail into something different. It's funky, it's earthy, it's got that delicious tartness from the lime. The yellow chartreuse gives it that herbalness from that crazy chartreuse flavor, and the Aperol gives it that little bitter bite to it. Overall, excellent cocktail, super easy to make, delicious. All right, let's move on to the last cocktail I'm making for you today. All right, and the last cocktail I'm making for you today is called the Old Cuban. This is a personal favorite of mine, and a lot of people consider it to be a modern classic. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab about 5 to 6 mint leaves. We're gonna just plock them in to our tin here, and we're gonna do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And so we're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. We are gonna do 1 ounce of simple syrup. we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of an amber rum. I'm using Florida Caña 7-year. I like the dryness of it. It's quite, we're gonna add ice to this bad boy and give it a good shake. All right, we're gonna pop that open. And again, we're going to double strain this into our chilled coupe. And then let's grab our strainers and strain out the pieces of mint. Some will get through, but that's quite all right. And now for the part that really transforms this cocktail, the final thing we're gonna add is we're gonna top it off with some sparkling wine. I'm using a Spanish cava. This is gonna give it a really beautiful, effervescent and bubbly element, similar to like the soda water in a mojito, and it's gonna really elevate this cocktail. And we're gonna finish it off by slapping 1 mint leaf and floating it right over the top. And there you have an Old Cuban. All right, let's give it a sip. That is amazingly tart. It has that beautiful crisp flavor from the rum, the nice tartness from the lime. The mint adds a beautiful herbal element to it, and the sparkling wine really elevates all of those flavors for just an incredibly classic, delicious experience. There's a reason we used to sell a ton of these at the last place I worked at. They're excellent. And there you have it, my friends. 3 amazing rum cocktails that you can make going from easiest to hardest. I really hope, but there you have it, my friends. I've got 3 amazing cocktails to get back to, and we'll catch you in the next one.